Hey everyone, it's Cory McCarthy and welcome to a new episode. So it's time for some real talk, guys. This channel is all about cutting through the bullshit with science and bringing you the raw facts and sometimes shining a light on an otherwise dark subject. In this case, steroids. Again and again on this channel I have discussed my views on steroids, and I will link two excellent examples below in the description for you to check out. Specifically, I've discussed why I don't take them, but I've also discussed when I would. Spoiler alert, it's purely for medical reasons. Now, I don't have anything against people who do take gear, as it is their own bodies. Though I do have issue with people who cheat at tested natural sporting events or contests. Now that said, this is my channel, and I will use this channel to try and educate those who choose to tune in. Perhaps save you from making a mistake that you will later regret. Now, this brings me to this particular episode and some rather troubling recent research that I thought I'd share.
This past August, a case-controlled study of 100 bodybuilders was published.
37 were currently taking steroids and had been for 142 weeks. 33 had taken steroids previously and had been clean for 2 to 3 years and had previously used them for 112 weeks. Finally, 30 of those 100 bodybuilders had never taken anything. They were natty. All bodybuilders used in this study were aged 18 to 50, and all of them lifted 6 to 9 hours per week.
It is worth noting both current and former users in this study had engaged in PCT, or post-cycle therapy, utilizing HCG and/or aromatase inhibitors following their cycles.
Which, as many bros will tell you, helps you get your junk working again. However, the results paint a far more grim picture than those bros would want to face.
Total testosterone was about 23% lower in former users than in those who had never taken steroids. Free testosterone, which is the most important value, was about 15% lower. Former steroid users also had 22% smaller testes compared to those non-users. And the longer they had cycled, the smaller their testes were, which demonstrates that gear causes incremental permanent damage to the testes. Furthermore, depression, erectile dysfunction, and decreased libido were far more common in former steroid users by about 81%, 66%, and 70% respectively.
In conclusion, steroids are a real concern with regards to male infertility and low testosterone, and this is despite the use of a PCT. Let that sink in, despite the use of PCT.
And this is in line with the results from another study from a year prior on 55 recreational bodybuilders. And just in case any of you were wondering, according to that 2016 study, while on cycle, total testosterone was 81% higher in steroid users than in naturals, and free testosterone was 87% higher. This is clearly due to the exogenous introduction of testosterone, as one would expect. But current steroid users' balls were 44% smaller than those of a natural. Furthermore, the natural LH and FSH production of current steroid users was 93 to 98% lower than naturals.
This again demonstrates the damage begins while you are on cycle and doesn't ever really repair. Let that one sink in. You are, for all intents and purposes, castrating yourself on some level, but it gets uglier. For those who simply think, oh, I'll just experiment, how much harm could a brief cycle really do?
Another paper from 2014 studied the effects of testosterone injections on 25 healthy men. Each were dosed 125, 250, or 500 milligrams of testosterone on 3 different occasions.
Keep in mind, many bodybuilders dose much higher than the top end of this study. But here's what happened.
Just 4 days in, both luteinizing hormone and follicle-stimulating hormone had dropped significantly. LH by 65 to 73% and FSH by 45 to 63%. Keep in mind, these are the hormones responsible for stimulating the production of testosterone in your testes. By just 2 weeks in, the body was only producing 8% of its usual LH and 6% of its usual FSH. Even by 6 weeks after use had been stopped, subjects' bodies still had not fully restored natural production.
These results indicate that testosterone use has a more profound and sustained negative endocrine effect than was previously known. Just 4 days is all it takes to do some serious, irreparable damage to your body. Just 4 days to essentially demolish your own balls.
Tell me, is it really fucking worth it just to look like this? But have poorly functioning balls that look something like this? When women, by the thousands, seem to prefer a guy who is built like this, according to surveys.
I mean, come on, let's be real here. Attention from the ladies is certainly one of the benefits reaped from working out. And wouldn't you want your junk to do what it's supposed to do when you meet that special girl?
I mean, you got kids as young as 8th to 10th grade using fucking gear to get buff, according to the DEA.
Something that will fuck them up for life, and yet they're too young and naive to grasp that.
Sadly, according to a paper from 2015, healthcare professionals harbor a more negative opinion of recreational steroid users than they do men who use cocaine or men with eating disorders.
This stigma may delay many steroid users or former users from seeking necessary medical attention, and in turn exacerbating health problems in general, not just those caused by gear. Look, I'm not trying to force anyone, just educate.
Why not do it the natural way, like me, or one of my clients that competes, Jay?
Anyway, I hope this has reached someone out there and stopped you from making a choice that you can never turn back from. Or perhaps you know someone who is considering the dark side right now, and this video may stop them from taking the jump. Whatever the case, if you enjoyed it, please like and share it and spread it around. And if you enjoy my content in general, consider making a donation to my Patreon, which is linked below, even just $1 a month to show your support and gratitude for my work. Also, please hit that subscribe button and keep on top of the regular updates, including my weekly Q&As held live right here every Sunday. Finally, drop some comments below and stir up some discussion, but please post any comments you'd like me to respond to personally over at my blog, which is linked below. And with that, I want to thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.